I'm in southern Patagonia, in Argentina, on the side of a dusty, empty highway, in the middle of nowhere. And I'm hitchhiking. Okay, here comes a car. Okay, smile. You're not crazy. You're not a killer. All right, all right, all right. And it's gone. I was trying to get to Buenos Aires, and it was 1,000 kilometers away. It was already 10 in the morning, and I had to meet a friend there tonight. I needed to get there today. I was about halfway through my year-long journey backpacking through South America. And I had already been through many difficult travel situations. I had hiked through the Amazon of Bolivia. I had nearly been robbed in Colombia. And yet, I'd found that I was still in my comfort zone. You see, I'm a planner. I like to control things. And I found that I always felt like I needed to know where I was going, when I was going to get there, what time, how. And I wanted to break free of this. So I set a challenge for myself. I was going to hitchhike all of Patagonia, 3,000 kilometers. I'm there on the side of that dusty highway, and a car finally stops, an old red pickup truck. Yes, this was it. I threw my bag in, I jumped in the car, and there was Hugo, an Argentinian cowboy, a gaucho. And Hugo chain smoked cigarettes, more than I'd ever seen anyone smoke before. The car was full of smoke. I could barely breathe, but I was smiling. I was so happy. This was my ride. I was going to get there. Things were going to plan. And then Hugo started driving, and the car moved as slow as mud. Oh. And then Hugo said he was only going up the road a little ways. But he would drop me off at a traffic stop, and I'd find my next ride there. And then he pointed out the window, and he said, "Look, all of this, it's my land." And he told me about his life there in Patagonia. The nature, the isolation, his cattle, what it was like. And before I knew it, I was stepping out of the car, saying goodbye to Hugo, when a big hand grabs my arm and pulls me out of the car. And I look, and I'm staring up at an enormous policeman in a green outfit. He's as big as an oak tree. And he begins interrogating me. "Where are you going? Where are you from? Do you speak Spanish?" "I'm American. I'm hitchhiking to Buenos Aires. Sí, hablo español." And he began to explain that they were searching a car, a different one. It was stopped on the side of the road. And they needed a witness. Apparently in Argentina, they have a law that the police need someone, a non-police officer, to watch them, to make sure they're not planting drugs or doing anything wrong, harassing the person, the suspect. And they had picked me. No, I can't. I'm going to Buenos Aires. It's very far away. I'm hitchhiking. All right, thank you. His hand was still on my arm. He said, "No, you will be the witness." And as if I were living in a movie, within minutes, they find drugs. They pull apart every bit of this car. Cocaine, marijuana, more drugs than I'd seen, I think, in my life. And then we have to go into the police station. And I'm there in this tiny little room. It's so hot, and there are 10 police officers on the side of me, and the driver in front of me, as they strip search this driver. And they tell me, "Don't take your eyes off of him." All I could think was, how is this happening? But then it was as if things started moving in slow motion as I looked around the room. I saw the police officers I saw this naked man in front of me, and I thought to myself, how many times in my life am I going to be a part of a drug bust while hitchhiking by myself in Patagonia? Never again. This was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. This was the travel happening right in front of me. And it was as if I let go. As if I'd been holding something so tight, and I finally released it. And I was right there. And as if life had better plans than I could have ever created for myself, the drug bust was over, the driver was gone, and the police ended up hitchhiking for me. There were 2 police officers standing in the middle of the road, stopping cars, pointing to the dirty-looking hitchhiker who was eating his sandwich under a tree as they asked the drivers if they were going to Buenos Aires. And in minutes, they found my ride. Direct to Buenos Aires. I got there that night, I met my friend, and plans went as planned. Wow. But it didn't even matter. I realized all of that time, on the side of that dusty highway, in the car with Hugo, in that sweaty, stinky police office staring at a naked man, that I had already arrived. And I learned that day that life doesn't begin when you reach your destination. It's already happening. So Toastmaster.
Yeah.